Sane Davis. I have done introductory Scientology services, and they were actually helpful, and hence I got more hooked into it. But I encountered problems doing an auditing step on the TRs and Objectives co-audit course. For the first time, I started having anxiety and would get up in the middle of the night feeling afraid. Nobody at the mission could explain it. They did some corrective auditing, but without result. The only answer I got was, something got turned on. In your experience with Scientology, did something like this happen to anyone? Is it a nervous breakdown? Also, I was told I was red tagged, but I don't know what that means. I got medical tests done, but nothing appeared in them. Furthermore, after a few weeks, the Scientologist called me and told me that LRH says that a person can become OT at any point. Does she mean that I have become an OT? I used to be enthusiastic toward life and would be focused in my efforts. I journaled about these thoughts for around 4 years, after which the anxiety has reduced, but still I have not bounced back. What can I do to regain my earlier mental status? Whom should I see for help? A psychiatrist or psychologist or anybody else? Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much for telling me all of this. And I did edit this question. Actually, it was actually a bit longer when the person who sent it to me. And I want to say first off, wow, that really sucks. I'm really sorry that you're having to experience that, and it does sound like something turned on. I mean, I kind of have to say, well, yeah, that sounds like a reductio ad absurdum explanation, but yeah, something happened. And if you've had medical testing or extensive medical, searching exams, and nothing's really unusual or coming up in that regard, then anxiety as a mental state is a psychological condition that should be dealt with through psychological means. And that means seeing a medical professional, a mental health medical professional, a psychiatrist, and or a psychologist, right? Do not go to a family doctor, medical doctor, or your ER tech or something to get psychotropic medications. I actually am going to probably do a critical conversations on this because we need to talk about that topic. You really want to go to a mental health professional. People who prescribe psych drugs who are not mental health professionals but are just medical professionals do not know what they are doing. And it's already difficult enough with a mental health professional. This is a very gray field. This is not settled science. This is not all worked out. Psychotropic medications are not nailed down as to this does this and this does this and this does this and this is going to work on you and this is. It doesn't work like that at all. It's still very hit and miss, and in many, many ways, everybody is still a bit of a guinea pig when it comes to psychotropic medications. That's not to say they don't do help or they don't do good or that people are not benefited by taking them, but let's be honest, it's a little bit of a crapshoot until you work out what you need and how you need it and in what volume and how frequently. And I think a lot of people who have taken psychotropics or are on them now would agree with me on this. So, okay, so that kind of, but in moving in the direction of anti-anxiety meds or assistance or therapy in the direction of helping or treating trauma and anxiety, there are specialists who do this. There's a lot known about trauma, and it might well be that something was triggered in you during this auditing that you were receiving. It was objective kind of auditing, so it was moving things around, moving your body around kind of stuff. It wasn't subjective, and I'm not in any way saying that you had a nervous breakdown. I would not say that at all. I simply don't know, and even if I did, I wouldn't, throw something like that, a diagnosis at you. I'm not the guy to make that diagnosis, but I am here to tell you that trauma is real. Anxiety is usually fed from some kind of trauma, and a trauma specialist can help you sort that out. So I highly recommend seeing one. And that's about the best advice I know how to give on this, other than, of course, getting yourself educated on the subject as well. That has always been my first line of attack when experiencing any kind of mental health issue is get educated, find out all about what is going on with you through the literature, through books, etc., and you can, see what the actual science on the thing is. So that's my best foot forward on advice to you. I hope it helps, and you can let me know if it doesn't or if I have said something you want to know more about.